Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like death. I actually went to bed at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I felt so rough, but with our 200th consecutive show now in sight, there was no way I was skipping one. So let's roll that intro before I keel over entirely and get this show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of November, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, Kobelco takes the wraps off a new 20-tonne class excavator. Reston Waste puts its faith in Hyundai. Again, technology allowing, we'll be throwing over to the NEC in Birmingham in just a few minutes, where our roving reporter Peter Haddock is standing by at the Highways UK event for the next 2 days. And we also have what might just be the worst excuse ever for missing a day of work. We'll get to all of that in just a second, but first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days. And it's many happy returns to Death Wish actor Charles Bronson, to German goal machine Gerd Muller, and to heavyweight boxer Larry Holmes, to gobby comedian Roseanne Barr, and to giant actor Dolph Lundgren. And happy birthday also to the man behind a 1 million one-knee protest, Mr. Colin Kaepernick. Many happy returns to them, one and all. The Highways UK exhibition and conference kicks off at Birmingham's NEC today, and by the magic of 5G technology, we're about to pay it a visit. While I'm getting our roving reporter Peter Haddock on the show, let's roll his theme tune.
Hello, Mark. How are we doing today?
You have a guest.
I have a guest, Mark. I'm joined by Antonio Mendes from the Leica Geosystems stand, and they've got their own water, branded water. Thank goodness for that, because I was feeling a bit thirsty earlier. So Antonio is the European specialist for something called mobile mapping, Mark. Now, mobile mapping, have no idea what it is. We've got this funny thing here, which is a 3D model. But Antonio is telling me that this is a revolution that's going to affect not only the highways market, but it's going to be relevant for demolition as well, Mark, as we can send robots in with the super stuff to actually do all of this inside and make sure people are kept safe. Antonio, it's super exciting. How does it work?
Well, in a few words, mobile mapping is all about sensor integration. Is the combination for all the sensors that we are used to see on the field, total station, GPS, laser scan, all together combined in a single hardware, and we can set up on top of a vehicle that could be any kind of vehicle, could be a boat, could be on track, could be as you mentioned a robot, and can go anywhere. So the example that we've got here is the interjunction from the M25 with the M3. Basically, I made several questions to surveyors, and if this job was being done using traditional methods, as total station and GPS, this will take around 30 days to capture.
30 days, Mark. 30 days, Mark. That's 30 days of absolute traffic chaos at this junction, isn't it, Antonio? Because you've got to keep those people safe, Mark, isn't it? Haven't you?
30 days of surveyors on site, 30 days of traffic management, 30 days of queuing. Yes, you are right. So I don't know. This project took me 3 hours to capture. 3 single hours traffic speed to capture all the data that you can see here.
Right, Mark, this is really important. National Highways, as they are Highways England, have said they're going to be net zero by 2050. Now, if you've got to send 30 surveyors just to do this, and then all the time they've got to come backwards and forwards. The whole thing is going to burn lots and lots of fuel. And also, when you're in a traffic jam, like I was this morning getting into the NEC, you're going to burn loads and loads of fuel and carbon emissions when you're doing that on the traffic management. But there's one thing I wanted to show everybody as well. You can't really see it, but we've enlightened this section here, and it looks like there's a load of ants on a pavement. But Antonio, this is other parts, not just mapping this, is it? This is something else.
It's not mapping. So I mentioned before that mobile mapping is about sensor integration, and what you can see here is the result of additional camera, a specific one that we can point to the pavement, and with that camera we can do a proper pavement analysis. We will be able to identify the degradation of the pavement and identify all cracks, for example.
So, Mark, this really integrates with how we're talking about an integrated net zero challenge that we've got. If we can find out if the pavement, by driving at 30, 40, 70 miles an hour when you're on a motorway, with this system, we can see when we have to put remedial works in before we get the dreaded potholes. And so the Pothole Pro can be brought in at that stage. Of course, we reported on that from the National Highways Net Zero event recently. But it's so exciting to see that this is integrating technology. Anthony's in the car, he's safe driving around, and we're fundamentally taking loads and loads of surveyors out of the harm's way. 30 days worth of work, 3 hours, and he said it took him 1 day to put the model together. Remarkable, isn't it?
Indeed. So all this data was captured in 3 hours and processing the other day, 24 hours to process all data. 10 years ago, I would say, no, I'm crazy, but it's possible today. It's possible today.
He's not crazy, Mark. He's the expert throughout Europe for Leica Geosystems as part of the Hexagon Group. And Mark, I wanted to talk about this because I really think it's relevant to demolition, because the demolition industry, obviously, we've seen some of the issues that have surrounded accidents, but also we're going into areas where we have degradation because you're knocking something down. You're not going to knock something down that's perfect. You're knocking something down that needs to be removed for a new structure to be on it. And so we need to do that safely. And it starts with making sure that we know what is around. And this technology can also link in with ground penetrating radar.
Can I ask one very quick question? Because I know you've got a busy day ahead of you. You've mentioned the fact that this can go onto different vehicles, so cars and boats. Could this be drone mounted? Because we've already got drone surveys, but those are just taking basically photographs and film. Could we see a day where this is drone mounted as well?
Could we see a day when this is drone mounted, this whole solution?
Well, I will not say that is impossible, but at this moment, all this system, the weight of a Pegasus to Ultimate is 50 kilos.
Right.
So there are now the limitation that these sensors are quite heavy and are not suitable for a drone. They are suitable for a proper aerial LiDAR, but not for a drone. I can imagine that in 5-10 years' time, all these sensors will be for the size of a phone, for example.
Yeah.
And yes, not today, not in 3 years' time, but probably in 5-10 years' time, these will become smaller and will be possible to do the integration in a drone.
And I think, Mark, what's worth knowing is also Leica Geosystems have got smaller surveying pieces of equipment that are associated with drones. So you can go in and do that initial drone survey first, and then you can go in with sort of systems like this. But this is about mapping a whole site in next to no time, Mark.
That's fantastic. Now, Peter, I'm going to let you go in a second, but you're there for both days of the show, aren't you?
Yes, I'm here on the Leica Geosystems stand reporting, doing interviews for the whole of the 2 days of the show. It's going to be really exciting. Got lots of people lined up and lots of people I'll be dragging onto the stand as well, Mark, as we need to find out more about this.
Superb. So, well, if anybody is at the show over the next 24, 48 hours, make sure you go and look up Peter on the Leica stand and go and pay him a visit, because he likes to talk, as you probably gathered.
I'll even give you one of these.
Possibly grab yourself some Leica water as well. And you mentioned yesterday the idea of possibly getting people to ask questions. I've not had a chance to look at exactly what's going on at the event, but if anyone's got any questions between now and tomorrow, you're going to come back and maybe we can answer those on the show.
Yeah, Mark, what I was going to say to people on the show if they've got anything that they want me to try and find out, there's a lot of exhibitors here, tier 1 contractors and things like that, then please ask them through your channels or get in touch with me on LinkedIn, Peter Haddock, and basically you can ask some questions. I'll go and try and find out the answers, because that's what I'm here for, your audience, Mark, and try my best to give them the information or be able to meet the people that can tell them. And so, really want to see if I can do that for you.
Awesome stuff. Well, we've proved the connection works. The 5G is working a treat. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, Peter. And good to meet you, Antonio. And thanks very much for coming on the show.
No problem at all. Cheers, Mark.
Cheers.
Bye.
Right. Let's get back to the show proper, shall we? Those fine folks at Kobelco have taken the wraps off a new 20-ton class excavator, the SK210LC-11. Now, I could tell you about it, but why don't I leave that to an expert? Take it away, Wesley.
My name is Wesley Alverding. I'm a product manager and have been with Kobelco for 7 years. Today, the new SK210-11 came in, and I will give you a review about it. Our previous generation were known for their reliability and low fuel consumption. Our machines are made in Japan, so it means it's a quality machine. The SK210-11 is a Stage 5 compliant machine, which makes it an environmentally friendly machine. By using the 3 different work modes, you can choose for high performance or low fuel consumption. Other features we have on the SK210-11 are openable FOBS level 2 structure and LED lights. For more strength, we increase the bucket pin diameter, and we also increase the plate thickness of the side covers and structure. A grommer seat is installed as a standard equipment, which achieves excellent shock absorption and superior operator comfort. One of the most impressive things about this cabin is the automotive style look and feel, jog dial, 10-inch display and DAB+ radio. For safety, this machine is standard equipped with 3 cameras, which give you a 270 degrees eagle eye view. The combination of all these new features, the well-known Kobelco color, the clean exterior and beautiful operator-based cabin, makes this an absolute top-of-line excavator ready for the future. For more information about this model and all our other models, visit our Kobelco website.
That is one smart looking machine, and we'll be back with another one in just a second.
Axsoft and Svantec are your high-end partners for noise, vibration, dust and air quality systems, sensors and software. To find out more, visit axsoft.co.uk or call 01234 639 550.
A southwest London recycling firm has celebrated its 20th anniversary by buying itself a birthday present, a brand new Hyundai HL940A wheel loader. Wimbledon-based Reston Waste purchased its first Hyundai machine 3 years ago through Hyundai dealer Ernest Doe, and now it's invested in a new HL940A to handle the 75,000 tonnes of construction and demolition waste that is processed annually at its site in Wimbledon. Let's take a look.
The Hyundai machines, they really do stand out from the other makes and models that we've had previously with their reliability. We work them very hard through the day and the night shift, and we very rarely have any issues with them. Hi there, my name's Josh Reston. I'm the transfer station manager here at Reston Waste in southwest London, Wimbledon. We have 4 Hyundais on site. We've got the 2 loading shovels, HL940As, and the 2 excavators, HX140s. Had previous makes of other machines on site, but we've been with Hyundai now for 6 years and really happy with the service that the machines provide. So the two loading shovels predominantly are loading our Arctics as well as pushing up the waste at the back of our shed once all the skips and rubbish clearance vehicles tip. We then have the excavator that loads onto the hopping belt to begin the process of sorting the waste. Our Hyundai loading shovels come with the highest spec available safety-wise. We have the Fireward fire suppression system in use. We have 360 cameras, as well as additional beacons and lights with protection all around the machine, which means the operator is at peace of mind when using the machine, knowing that not only does he have full coverage of the surrounding areas, but it also puts us at peace of mind as well, knowing that everyone around the area will be safe as well. So our operators find the Hyundai machines great to work with. The comfort within the cab, with the heated seats, the air conditioning, it's all very reliable and they very much enjoy using the machines day in, day out. Each operator at the start of their shift does their daily walk-around checks. The machine itself does lend itself to be quite easy to do so. The greasing points throughout the machine are very accessible, as to many of the other features on the machine. We as a company have noticed that we're using less fuel, less AdBlue with each machine and with each progression of the engine systems that get put in place. Our operators are really happy with the machines at the moment. It's the longest we've been with the one brand. They're always very keen for us when we do come to repurchase for Hyundais. Our machines are serviced and supplied by Ernesto. We've been using them for the last 4 years now, and the service has been very good. I would recommend the Hyundai brand to anyone in the waste sector. It is very reliable and it is perfect for the harsh environments that we work in, and the service that we get from Ernesto really complements it.
I'm just going to pause very, very quickly to respond to Gary's comment there. Got my prints in the post yesterday. Thank you very much, Mark. Appreciated. Came with his Dangerous Structure book. So on the subject of the Dangerous Structure book, that you can see, you should be looking at that right about now, dangerous-structure.com. You can still get a copy of that book over there. Would recommend it, and we will be giving one away towards the end of the week. I bought one specially to give away as well, because the proceeds are going to charity. And as you can see, Gary has mentioned some prints. We did some limited edition large format photo prints. We've actually done some smaller ones as well. Don't know how well you can see those. There is actually quite a few of them. I think there's about 10 photographs possibly, and we will be giving those away over on our members only page as well, which is patreon.com. That's patreon.com/demolition news. But I'll tell you more about that once they become properly available. But in the meantime, let's get back to this.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
Today is the final day to enter the prize draw to win one of 5 pairs of ballistic tested block safety glasses. Before I tell you how to enter, let me remind you exactly what they look like.
Here at Block, safety is the first thing that we think about. We were looking at different types of glasses on the market and we realised that we could produce something better. All 3 lenses that come with the glasses all have an anti-fog coating on. Anti-fog coating is really important if you're driving any heavy machinery, so you've got clear field of vision. So the lenses within the Block construction glasses have maximum UV protection. Polycarbonate is inherently UV protective. Even if you scratch it, it's not going to allow any harmful UV rays to come through. It's also impact resistant and shock resistant. So they're designed, if they take any impact, they're not going to shatter and go into your eyes. The lens always remains in one piece.
To enter the competition, which, as I say, closes tomorrow, just follow the link that I've just put in the chat. The contest does close tomorrow, so you won't have long to wait to see if you've won. And speaking of tomorrow, make sure you're around about 6 o'clock tomorrow night, because we're about to drop a brand new film that we've produced in conjunction with the good folks at MB Crusher. That film has actually already premiered on our members-only platform. We are trying to give some advance notice to our members over on that platform, which, as I said, is patreon.com/demolition news. But as I say, the MB Crusher film will go public at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. We all know the type, don't we? The shirkers and malingerers that always seem to have a good reason why they're not at work. They've contracted Dutch elm disease. They're burying their 7th grandmother. Or there were leaves on the line, even though they travel by car. But our friends over at the Scaffolding magazine, with the superb title Scaff Mag, may have found the greatest excuse ever for missing a day of work. Are you ready for this? Take a look at this. A boss has been left stunned after a scaffolder claims he can't come into work because his girlfriend hadn't washed his socks. So simple and yet so believable. There's not really much I can add to that, but yeah. Apparently, dirty socks, good excuse for a day off. I wish I'd thought of that one.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, that pretty much wraps up the show for today. I'll be back here on the morrow. By all accounts, it looks like I'm going to be here with Peter Haddock again. We'll be here, usual time, usual place, for more of this old stuff and nonsense. If you do have any questions about what's going on at the Highways UK or Highways UK event up in Birmingham today, please get them over to me today, and I'll get them over to Peter, and we'll see if we can get you some answers on that. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before leaping gazelle-like over into the chat to see what you're all up to today. But in the meantime, look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.